Before I start off with the video, I quickly want to let you know that tomorrow I will be live streaming the Gamescom press conference for Sony myself. That will be going down, as I said, tomorrow at 6 PM UK time, and you can find the stream on twitch.tv/robinoyo. It's going to be really awesome. I'm going to have probably a special guest as well, joining me there, and we can all just watch the Gamescom Sony press conference. It's going to be amazing. They're going to show off a lot of new stuff. I will be talking about it in the video here, but maybe even some really cool games that we've been waiting for a very long time now. Like, for example, Uncharted 4. It could just happen, so you definitely won't want to miss out. It would be awesome if you would come and check out my stream there. So yeah, that's just going to be great, and I hope to see you there. So now to actually talk about the Sony Gamescom press conference, I hope you all enjoy the video. What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here with the second part of my Gamescom 2013 previews. In this final part I want to be talking about the Sony press conference. Now we all know that this press conference will be mostly PS4 related, though Sony also definitely said they're going to have some great announcements for the PS Vita. So to quickly look back at especially the PS4. Now of course the PS4, just in terms of hype, it has been doing very well. You know, Sony had a great reveal event back in February, they had a great E3 show, showed off some amazing games, had a really consumer friendly approach, and you just saw a lot of people getting really excited over the PS4, and just not a lot of a big audience actually hating on it or disliking it or something like that. Sony is just doing really well in terms of marketing for the PS4. So in my eyes, all they need to do with Gamescom is pretty much do the same but more. Just show off more games, more new and cool announcements, and more stuff that will make people excited. It's a pretty easy job for them actually in my eyes, as long as they keep to that. Now let's start off with some of the things they could show off. So first of all, I want to be talking about a user interface demo. Now this could be pretty cool, because even though we know what games are going to be coming out for the PS4 and we know what features the PS4 will have, we still don't really know too well about how exactly we're going to access all these features. Sure, I mean, they have released like a video showing off the user interface and stuff like that, and we know quite a few things about it, but not exactly how we are going to play on this system. I think it would be really cool if Sony could be showing off something that will fully tell us, like, okay, this is exactly how it's going to work. This is how smooth you can change from playing a game to downloading content in the PlayStation Store, or like watching a video that's stored on your PlayStation. I just think something like that could be really cool. Let me know what you think about that. Now, second of all, of course, Sony has been promoting this base model for the PS4 for the past months now, the $399 model. That is a pretty standard model, has like a 500 gigabytes hard drive, and that's about it. Though they did hint at a few different SKUs, versions of the system, that could include things as PlayStation Plus or the PSI camera, that they actually left out of the base model. Now, what's interesting about this is, of course, that Microsoft has been changing their plans so that the Kinect won't always have to be on if you want to play on your Xbox One. Now, the Xbox One would be retailing for $499, but there could still possibly be an announcement for a version without Kinect. That could possibly be, $399 as well, to fully compete with the PlayStation 4. So could we see like an even cheaper SKU with probably like, an even smaller hard drive, maybe like, I don't know, 160 gigabytes or something like that. That could possibly even be $50 cheaper. That could be a great move. At the same time, I don't really see it happening, but of course, it's a possibility. Something else that has been really rumored is a PlayStation 4 and PS Vita bundle. The rumored price for this would be at around $499, so $100 more expensive than the base model. Now, I think this could be really awesome. It's something that the Vita really needs, of course. The Vita is still struggling with sales, doesn't have too many great games coming out for it, and I definitely think Sony wants to give it like a second chance. Sony wants the Vita to do well, of course, and because of this, a lot of people could be buying the Vita because it's just so cheap. Now, speaking about the Vita in itself, of course, we will be seeing new games. Of course, it has like Tearaway, Killzone Mercenary coming out for it, 2 great games, but that's about it, and we haven't really seen too many new games yet, so Sony has definitely said that they will be showing off some new Vita games, and I can't wait to see what those are. And because this whole PS4 and Vita bundle is so cheap, that could in itself also mean that the PS Vita will be getting its redesign and maybe even have a price drop or something like that. I think, it's something that the Vita really needs to be reintroduced, to have more games and to be cheaper, and then it could possibly sell a lot more. Now the final SKU I want to talk about is just a PS4 that has things included like games or a PS Plus subscription or a camera. Of course the camera was originally meant to compact with the PS4, but yeah, to have it sell for $399, Sony unfortunately had to scrap it, so that could be included in a different version. At the same time, PS Plus of course will be required if you want to play online multiplayer on PS4, so I could easily see, you know, a year standard PS Plus subscription, you know, compact with the PS4 in a different version. So we'll be seeing what Sony will announce in terms of different SKUs, different versions of the system, but it's going to be very interesting for sure. Now finally, what I want to talk about is the games, and this is what, you know, most people care about. They want to see great new games. Let me give you 4 examples here of what Sony could possibly announce. So first of all, I want to talk about Little Big Planet 3. Now even though Media Molecule has been very clear that they didn't really want to continue with Little Big Planet, but, you know, do something completely new, it has been rumored that the studio Sumo Digital has been working on a third Little Big Planet. What this could be exactly, you know, if it's gonna go like maybe it's gonna be even a 3D platform or something like that. If they do something drastically new to the Little Big Planet franchise, I think that could be really awesome and really successful. Of course, the previous Little Big Planet games have been selling pretty well on the PS3, so I could definitely see Sony continue with that. But then Media Molecule itself, of course, they've been working on Tearaway for the PS Vita. That's going to be a great game, but you can bet that it's a small team that has only been working on that, only a small part of the whole studio. So yeah, it's pretty clear that they've been working on a brand new IP for the PS4. What that will be, I have no clue, but I know that, you know, because of Media Molecule's past games, you can bet that it's going to be something very original, and I can't wait to see, you know, what they have been working on for so long now. Then there's Sony Santa Monica, one of Sony's biggest studios, and though you would probably expect them to be working on something like God of War 4, it actually looks like they've been working on a brand new massive IP for a very long time now. They released God of War Ascension in March of this year, and a small part of them is actually helping out Ready at Dawn with The Order 1886, which Sony announced at this E3. But their main team seems to be working on a brand new franchise, a brand new IP, and of course they're one of Sony's most talented studios. Can't wait to see what they've been working on. That's going to be very exciting. But to finish it all off, I want to end with the game that I would most like to see this Gamescom, and it's Naughty Dog's new game. Now we all know that Naughty Dog split into 2 teams a few years ago. They had one team working on The Last of Us, and the other team we pretty much haven't heard from since 2011 when they released Uncharted 3. Now at this point, I'd just be surprised if they, you know, haven't been working on Uncharted 4. We've seen so many rumors now, like for example actors talking about it, and at the same time it just makes a lot of sense because Sony pretty much has 3 real system sellers. Gran Turismo, but Gran Turismo 6 will be coming to the PlayStation 3. God of War, but it doesn't seem like God of War 4 is in development already. And then that only leaves us to Uncharted. So will we see Uncharted 4 at Gamescom or probably at a later event, the Spike Video Game Awards or something like that? We'll have to wait and see. I just really hope we'll see it already. You know, just think of a franchise like Uncharted making the transition to the PlayStation 4. How amazing is that gonna look? I mean, I can only imagine. It's gonna be insane. So hopefully we'll see that game. And then that was pretty much it for everything that I hope and expect to see at Gamescom. Please let me know, what do you want to see at Gamescom? What do you expect to see at Gamescom? Are you hoping for games like Uncharted 4 or Little Big Planet 3? Or do you just want, for example, the PS Vita price drop or something like that? Yeah, please let me know that. And then of course Gamescom will be going down tomorrow, Tuesday. And that's just going to be really exciting. So once both the Microsoft and Sony press conferences end, I will be sure to talk about it, you know, breaking the whole press conferences down and talking to you about everything that they've announced. So for now, I just really want to thank you a lot for watching both the previews, and then I hope to see you again next time.